Video, I want to do a little cleanup of what we did from the last video. So we have here successfully been able to generate a page that lists all our blog posts, except that on one case it shows the entire blog post, and that's not particularly useful because this is like the first several acts of part of the first act of Hamlet or something, and well, there's a lot to read there. And it's all in one column. So if we want to break it up into multiple columns that go down, well, one problem at a time. So the first thing I'd want to handle is this. This is the simplest thing that's Python only, no extra framework. So here we have the code for that we're generating, and here we have the post. This is generating the body, and this is a string. And you may or may not remember, but strings have indexes, which I hope you remember, but what you may not remember about Python is it's really easy to get the substring. In Java, it's like dot substring from something something. If this was Java, that's something you could do here. Here, we just pretend like it's an array, a list, and we just access it like that. So if we want the first, let's say, 101, let's say, we go from 0 to 100, and that will give you the first 100 characters of a string. So let's refresh, and sure enough, this has been cut way down. Great, that problem is solved. Next problem is that this is all just clumped up here. So we come back to our, we're going to use Bootstrap to solve this problem. We go back to our documentation here, and if we go to the top of what we're looking at, we're at the cards documentation, right? This is where we got our code to make the cards. Over here, they provide a little menu that allows us to take a look at kind of a quick table of contents. And down here at the bottom, we have card layouts, okay? We can organize them into groups. That could be useful. A card deck, and that's really tempting. The only problem with card deck is that they're all in a single horizontal line, right? As if you were like putting out a bunch of cards in front of you. We need a little more control. So the next thing is grid cards, where we take cards like this, and we can actually try to play with it here. It will become a single, or we can brand it out and it will become multiple cards. So this is we're totally into, this is what we want. All right, well, how do they do it? Well, they set here's the card object, the card. So this is code we already have, and in it is a divider that sets the column, and it says everything in this column is MB4. So margin bottom 4. All right. And it looks like the next card is surrounded by that too. So that's really nice because we have like we can replicate this code many times with this. All right, and then over here is row. So this sets a row, and the row contains one column, or if two columns if it's medium sized screen. And I'll get to that in just what that means in just a second. But I see that this divider tag contains everything. All the cards are in that. So I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just this first line, come over here and put this before our main our for loop, right? We want everything to be within this divider, and then right after our for loop, we will end it right there for us. Great. Okay. Let's see what we get now, just with that one little change. Okay, good, nice. We have this they're all clumped up next to each other. So we do have this margin B. Let's see what that does for us. Okay. And we want to put this in each, this relates to every individualized card. So let's put that in right here. All right. right, and then we can just finish that divider and save. And all right, that's kind of fun. It makes a margin of 4, I guess, around it, and it just, yeah, that looks good. We could use more though. So is there any way we can change it? Well, right now it means row column 1 is like the default, but if it's in medium or above, then it goes to 2. So what does that mean? That means if the screen size is like medium is like a tablet. Anything smaller than a tablet will be 1. So this is tablet size, tablet size, tablet size, click. We're now, I guess, just below tablet size, and it clicks over. So we could actually probably put more than this on it, right? Let's go to add our own little snippet of code, just pure inspiration here. What's above medium? It's large. And how do you know that? Well, it's actually in the documentation for Bootstrap, but I know a bit more about that. And does that do anything for us? It looks like it doesn't. That's annoying. Oh, because we just changed it to 2, right? So now we have 3. Maybe we even want to put 4 in. Right, this is 4. That's a little too tight, right? So let's keep it at 3. Okay, and then when it clicks to medium size is here. So yeah, I guess that's fine. We could leave it at that. What if we even left it at 3 for here? Yeah, that's a little too cramped. So let's leave that at 2 as it is, and that's pretty neat. This is why we use Bootstrap. We had to do 0 CSS, and it already kind of made the grid for us. And sure, there's extra spaces here, but they're all in like the same row here this way. And as we add more posts, there's going to be more cards available. Okay, this is one way. If I just wanted it to all be in, I don't know, a single row, that's possible too, I suppose, right? And then now they look better. I could just make the cards a little wider and center them. And that's possible too. Maybe I'll go into that in some other video and separate than this, because it's more of a Bootstrap thing and I don't want to spend too much time on Bootstrap. But for the time being, let's just keep, what is it? This one. This is what we wanted, right? Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so that handles this issue, that handles issue. So the last issue we have in question is what happens if we click this link. Right now, a big nothing happens, but we'd like to go to the full text of the article, okay? And I'd like to talk about this. We need a separate video because it's a bit involved, but yeah, take care, and I'll see you in that video.